biggest thing that I show for a lot of clients when they bring their kids in, and let's say they're, 16, 17, they've got, or $5,000, $10,000 saved up. And I'm like, look, here's how much you can have by using, a time value calculator. Let's say, yep, you got $5,000, and let's say you save up for, just for fun, 40 years. The ability to put in, say, yep, and let's say you average $200 a month. So plug in that $200 a month for 40 years on that $5,000, the number is huge. And I'll ask them, how big do you think that number is? And a lot of times they're not even close. Then I show them the number on that calculator, and they're like, wow, I had no idea. Yeah, exactly. To your point earlier, Jeff, compound interest is truly the eighth wonder of the world, and knowing that you can have that work for you. Because for a lot of kids, they're like, $200 a month, whatever, da-da-da. No, $200 a month times 480 months, that can add up to some true wealth.
So I think the first step is to teach them the value of a dollar, to teach them how money actually works, because, it's elusive. We're in, a society that's instant gratification. Right. My iPhone broke. I'm just going to get another one. I need a coffee. I'm driving through Starbucks. Or Dutch. I think for kids, teenagers and stuff, it's more like Dutch Brothers to get the energy. So until they really understand what the value of that $7 that they just paid for a drink is and what that could do for them in the future, right. They probably aren't going to, they'll look at the number and be like, oh yeah, that's $1 million, but it's so unattainable right. at this point, and it doesn't make sense. Let's start small. Start small with, have the parents, if you're in a position to do so, open a Roth account for your kid, right? Throw it into a nice little ETF and let them open the statement. Let them see how that money is working little by little by little. And then when they get if you pay them an allowance, or if they have a job and they're earning some money, say, my expectation is that you are now going to contribute $100 or $50 or even $10 into this account every month.
Or so you'll match it. That's what I did for my son.
And then I'm going to put money in to match that as well. So start small, and then you're compounding that for them, right? You're now also compounding what they put in immediately. And then they can start seeing how that's starting to grow. I think another thing that's going to be phenomenal is this new savings account that...
Oh, the Trump accounts?
Yeah. That's opening up. So right there, the kids are not going to be able to access that money at all. But now they're going to be able to see the power of compounding through that type of an account. But I much prefer one where they have skin in the game too. Because unearned assets come with no respect.
Right. There's really 3 accounts that you can open up for kids, or at least that I did for my kids. I opened up, that a lot of people may have heard of, 529. That's specifically for college. Benefit of 529 is you can literally put as much as you want in there. Gross tax deferred. It comes out tax-free, assuming you use it for higher education.
And it can be used now for preparatory school.
Can be used for prep school, and you can roll it. If the child doesn't go to school, you can always roll it to another child, or give it to a grandkid or whatever.
Well, if they get a scholarship, you can take that money out, match. If they get a $10,000 scholarship, you can reduce the 529 plan by that much.
And one of the really cool things about with the Big Beautiful Bill Act was that if you've had the account for 15 years, you can convert $7,000 a year for 5 years or $35,000 into a Roth IRA.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
So if you are going to have excess funds, I mean, my son's 19, so we'll just say I oversaved in his 529 account. I had hoped for possibly Stanford,
Harvard,
Harvard, and a little bit. That's a whole nother conversation. But the ability to know that I saved for it. Now, not all those funds are going to use. His sister is 13, so we'll see what that is. But needless to say, I'm able to take out that $35,000. The one goofy thing is that you have to do it over 5 years, so it's only $7,000 per year. Which I'm like,
goofy.
Really?
Right.
So the ability to do that it's huge. Yeah. I mean, that gift of say 5 years from now, when he's 24, hey, you might have $50,000 from savings. I mean, from conversion to it and compounded growth. That's tax-free on a Roth from 24 to, let's say, 64, those 40 years. I mean, it's amazing.
But that's another account that you can open up for them. So when you open up for them and then give them their statements.
Right.
So a 529, college, a Roth, that's tax-free for retirement. But then another one that isn't too common out there is an UGMA. You're essentially giving a gift. So when you give a gift, it's a non-qualified account. So what that means is it just grows. It's taxable to them every year, but their income tax bracket is
depending upon how much it kicks out. Now the other one too is the education savings account. This one's even a little
Very
less
uncommon.
known.
Yeah.
But it's only
Less flexible than a
$2,000.
529.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's only because only the biggest thing, it's only $2,000 per year.
But the thing with the UGMA and the UTMA accounts is when they turn the age of majority in your state, so it might be 18 or 21, you have to retitle it in the name of that kiddo.
Right.
Right.
It goes
So
to that kid.
Well, it becomes their money.
Yeah.
Well, and you have
So if they want to go out and blow it on a Porsche, they can't.
So there's advantages and disadvantages to
Right.
all, but if you get them involved early
yes.
and then force them to invest into it,
Right. Learn.
force them to invest.
Yes.
$100 a
Yep.
month, $200 a month. Heck, I've got my kids up to $1,000+ a month, and they really couldn't afford it, but they have to adjust their lifestyle accordingly.